Oh, I don't know. I'm sorry, but like curse soup sometimes makes you think about someone like someone's little brother that I know. So basically, the reason why is that we went to this kind of like party, and I had another friend explaining like a small situation that he wanted to share with us. And like he was about to start, he's like, so it started like Saturday, and then the little brother shows up, he's like, cringe, and just walks away. Like my friend was like, oh my god, I can't even finish my fucking sentence. He never explained to us what happened, honestly, because of that little kid. Sigma Mill.
That kid has mastered the grind.
Ultimate Sigma male.
I swear, kids these days are uncontrollable, but they're hilarious. Like having work with them in like I'm seeing like secondary school. Oh boy, they're hilarious, bro. Like so this is a funny story. I love this one. So it was this week, and I was doing like how do I say this? Usually during their lunch, you have to like keep an eye on them, so they eat, and then you make sure they all leave school and like go in the back. The playing field, right? Mm-hmm. So this was 7th grade, and they're all eating, and then this little kid, of course, is black. He's like out of nowhere, he drops his fork like.
Wait, what do you mean? Of course he's black.
I wasn't gonna say anything.
But I am.
The reason why you'll hear it, if you keep listening, you'll understand why. And then he stops eating, and he looks around. He's like, anyone who supports Black Lives Matter, raise your hand. I'm like, at first I didn't like bother with it. I'm like, okay, well, it's probably talking to other people. He looks around. He's like, 1, 2, 3. Only 3 people. The rest of you guys are fucking racist. And then he looks at me. He's like, sir, did you raise your hand? I'm like, what did you say? He's like, alright, you're racist.
Oh my god.
I'm like, excuse me? And then he just proceeds to keep eating. He doesn't explain himself, he just keeps eating. I'm like, alright, cool.
I'll have you know, I know 2 black people, let me use the N-word, and they're my friends.
Yo, I just imagine like when that kid turns 13, they're gonna get Twitter and just gonna be like, Alvin.
Oh no.
Oh, they're gonna cancel us, bro. We're fucking dead.
Oh no.
No, but like these
What's he doing
kids are.
what Twitter is.
They're precious, man. Oh my god, I love them.
It's like my sister used to make jokes, right? And at first they were terrible, but now it's like she's able to like lay her jokes and like refer to like past jokes, and like it's like she's getting like really more competent at like being funny.
Being funny.
Like, at the start, it's like it was quite crazy, but she worked her way out of it. And it's nice to see the progress.
Oh, yo, another thing I should have mentioned, like this experience in school has been extremely fun. Like, so I was guiding the class of what's called tech, so computers, and basically like some kids, they were done their assignments. I was just like, okay, you know what? If they're gonna play around on the computer, don't mind. These guys found some way to play games on the school Wi-Fi, even though it's like most of the games are banned. I'm like, damn, why are you guys playing on this? They're like, oh, it's online. It's like, I'm asking them, does it run on Flash? Because Flash is gone. They're like, nope. And out of nowhere, I see these guys are like, those questionnaires with like various missing words. I look closely and I see they're filling out a questionnaire of League. I'm standing behind them, and they like, it's basically the name of the alt, and you have to type the champion's name.
I remember this.
And then they're like, oh, what is collateral damage? I'm like, Graves. They're like, what? I'm like, yes, Graves.
That,
and those are 11th graders, right?
Okay.
And they're like, whoa, you play that game too? I'm like, yeah, I played that toxic game too. And I asked them, what's your rank? They're like, please, what are you asking us our rank? I'm like, is it bronze? They're like, yes. I'm like, yeah, don't worry, I'm the same.
You should just like, you should be like, oh, don't worry, guys, I'm challenger. I can.
Just fucking lie, they won't know.
They were, yo, and they snitched too on me. They want to tell like most of the other students that I play League, and like one today
I went to tell the other virgins that you play League.
Basically, I went to like the 10th graders, and the 10th graders like, sorry, are you the teacher that plays League? I'm like, who told you that? They're like, the 11th grader. I'm like, I think they lied to you.
Dude, you're like a god now. You're
No,
like
but the
gaming
best
god.
part, the best interaction I had with students with like things I've had in my childhood was in when I was in elementary school. When I was working in elementary school last year, basically. This kid was like doing coloring books, and then online, of course, everything was online, and like he's drawing it. He's like, I'm asking him, why are you picking specific colors? He's like, oh, because it matches, the Pokemons. I'm like, oh, you mean is that Charizard, Pikachu, and Squirtle? He's like, what? How do you know these? I'm like, yeah, don't worry about it. And then I walked away. And as I walk away from the class, I hear him yelling out to all the students in his class, like, everyone, the teacher plays Pokemon, he knows Pokemon. And everyone doesn't believe him. I'm just like, no one will believe you anymore.
They're like, teachers, no Pokemon? Teachers have no fun things?
Because the thing is, like,
Yo, wait, what you're saying sounds like you levitated in front of the kid, your eyes were glowing like Avatar state, and then the kid's like, yo, this guy's the Avatar, and you're just like in the background.
and I just walked away. Basically, that's what I did. Oh, but it's hilarious, man. Oh,
Or
professionalism.
Running into your student out of the school is so weird sometimes.
Hmm?
Running into your student outside of school is weird.
I haven't. It haven't happened to me yet. I mean,
you're alive. You get groceries. You eat.
I thought you were charging. Why are you here? Why are you taking our food? Mom, this guy is taking our food. He just needs current. What is he here for? Tell him to stop taking our food.
Wait, you're
Like-
able to keep the physics class?
I was dressed up in like, I want to call it my urban outfit as opposed to my like outwork clothes,
Mm.
right? And it's a little kid like that used to, like I teach there, like spotted me. He's like, are you a teacher? I was like, no. I'm Che. Hello, nice to meet you. And then the parents saw me. He's, oh, I know you. Come have a drink with us. I was like, oh boy.
I think
But
it's.
the-
Go ahead. Sorry.
But that's cool though. Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying, like, I find it really sweet sometimes with like students. Whenever like there's a few students that tell you how much they appreciate like you as a teacher, and like you can genuinely see they care about other people as well. It's like that genuinely makes my day, and I think that's why I'm like I want to go out in teaching. It's amazing. It's
You
such.
and another
It's
friend
such.
of mine. You and another friend of mine. It's interesting.
I remind you of a friend of yours. Yeah, me. The
Right.
fuck.
Yeah. What?
I have two friends now that want to go into teaching. They're telling me to go into teaching as well.
I'm not telling you to go in teaching, but I feel like it's a nice job. Like, sure, it is. It does have its stress of like sometimes managing the students, but like in the end, if you know the students, you know what's going on. Like, you're bound to like understand them and them understanding you and like having a nice relationship with them.
You're doing it again. You're telling me to do teaching now.
I'm not telling you to do teaching. I'm just saying like it's a nice job. Like it's not. It's I don't think. Okay, so I will convince you of this. Sure, it's convincing, but like with teaching, it's like the hours are perfect. You go to work early. You come back home early. You got time for yourself. Again, for me, it doesn't apply. I just fucking nap when I come back. But this is the ideal job. Like you go home early, you're with the family, you get time to spend with your I guess children, mom, dad, whatever.
Children.
Well, I'm talking about like in general right now. I'm not talking about like me specifically. And it's like you also get 2-month vacation when summer break is here, which you could do a part-time job, start a small business, take time to rest, travel. But there's a lot of things can be done with teaching, and as well, it's like it also depends on what you're teaching, right? If you're teaching young kids, kindergarten, it's fun. If you're teaching secondary, that's also fun. But like, I feel like I enjoy sharing my knowledge to other people. Like sometimes some kids would tell me like, "Oh, pollution is this and that." I'm like, there's more to pollution than just this and that. There's like a lot more, and like when you get their attention, it's like. It's wholesome. It's actually fucking wholesome. Just having them sitting down there looking at you with big eyes and having their ears open. I'd kill for that.
We should do a. Actually, you know what? There are a couple of good. We have like a lot of content to continue with because we could talk about our experiences teaching. I think like each of us have like taught in some extent, right? So we could talk about that. Teaching stories.
That- That's weird how we have that in common.
Yeah, I by the way, Chris Soup, yeah, Coney 2021.